Hey everyone, Regal Reviews here. It is exactly 1 week until the premiere of Survivor Game Changers. And it also marks a milestone in Survivor because it is the 500th episode of Survivor. Congratulations to the um, creators of Survivor and the castaways who have played the game throughout the years. That is such a big accomplishment. Survivor is definitely a show like no other, and I thought today's video I would the Survivor page on Facebook, not Facebook, Twitter is doing this thing where you do the hashtag Survivor500, and people are sharing their favorite Survivor moments with the hopes of getting maybe a retweet from the Survivor page. And I thought, why not share my favorite moments from Survivor? And I know other people's are going to be different than mine, but I figured why not go ahead and share it. So, I think one of my favorite moments is definitely from Survivor All-Stars when Boston Rob proposed to Amber. I was probably about 9 or 10 when that happened, and I just thought it was the greatest thing ever. I was a fan of Boston Rob back then, and when he said, "Jeff, regardless of how the game goes tonight, I feel like I've already won," I'm like, that's just the best thing ever, and I was so hoping Boston Rob would win that season, but I had to wait quite a few more, and that brings me to my other favorite Survivor moment is when Boston Rob won Redemption Island. He has a huge fan base. In my opinion, he's one of the greatest Survivor players to ever play. Even Jeff Probst said that out of the males that have ever played Boston Rob, in his opinion, is one of the best. And I truly thought that Boston Rob played a great season on Redemption Island, and he truly deserved that long-awaited win. One of my other favorite moments is when Cochran won Survivor Caramoan, and that moment changed the way I looked at Survivor because, Cochran was bullied during his first season, and I was bullied during high school, and he actually came out and won Survivor Caramoan, and I thought, wow, if an underdog like Cochran can go out and win Survivor, I can definitely do that. Like, he's definitely a role model for the underdogs out there. He inspired me to go out and send audition tapes and go out to open casting calls for Survivor. And he really started what I call I guess it's like the underdog era, where the underdogs are coming out on top, and you see more underdogs. Underdogs are underestimated in general, but underdogs coming out there and winning. But he definitely inspired me. He definitely taught me that to definitely go after your dreams and to fight for what you want and to believe in myself. So Cochran definitely changed the way I look at Survivor. One of my other favorite moments is, well, it's not really a moment, but Tony from Survivor Cagayan. I thought he was hysterical. He was one of my favorites. He's probably my one of my other favorites besides Boston Rob to ever play. He was amazing during his season with his little bag of tricks, his spy shack. That guy never slept. He's always strategizing and thinking, and he really did deserve to win that season. And I'm glad to see that he's back for Survivor Game Changers. And probably one of my other favorite moments from that season is when Wu made the $1 million mistake to take Tony to the end. And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Tony fan. I wanted Wu to take Tony to the end. But when you look at it, when we're watching it and you see Wu make that big mistake, I'm like, how the heck could you have made that decision? I mean, his thought process was like he wanted to show to the jury that he was loyal to Tony, even though Tony wasn't always as loyal as Wu was to him. But I definitely think that Wu definitely, I think, would have won if he would have took Cass to the end with Tony. I mean, I'm pretty sure he got like 1 or 2 votes, Wu. I could be wrong. But I definitely think Wu had a way better shot winning if he took Cass to the end. One of my other favorite Survivor moments is definitely the loved ones visits. And Some people don't like them, some people do. I love them. And one of my favorite moments was from this past season of Millennials versus Gen X when Zeke's dad came out and he was just so happy to see Zeke. And when Jeff said, "Tell us about your guys' relationship," Zeke's dad says, "Well, this is my hero, Jeff. This is the one that I look up to and model my behavior." I thought, I have never heard a better statement from any parent of castaways or any relative or person that comes out there than Zeke's dad. And it definitely, you could see it meant a lot to Zeke to hear his dad say that. I definitely would love to see him and his dad compete in a blood versus water season. I think they'd have a great time with that. But a couple of my other favorite Survivor moments did come from this previous season, Millennials versus Gen X. My favorite moment is when Jay blindsided Michaela. Jay, I definitely thought would be one of those pretty boys and just like out there for his looks, but I underestimated him, and when he made that move with Will to blindside Michaela, I'm like, wow, was I wrong about this guy? He definitely had his head in the game. And at Tribal Council, when Michaela was like, what? Like, she had no idea, and she was so mad that Jay did that to her. I definitely thought that was a priceless moment. I definitely thought, wow, Jay could win this thing. Like, that was definitely one of my favorite Survivor moments. One of my other favorite moments is the whole yin-yang relationship with Jay and Adam. They were rivals, but then they kind of had an understanding of each other. Both their moms were going through health problems, and they understood each other, and they loved the game so much, and they wanted to help their families out so bad, and they wanted to take each other to the end, but at the same time, they knew they could never take each other to the end. So that was always fun to watch. My other favorite moment is when Adam won, and I know a lot of people there's some people that don't like the Adam won because they think he won by the sympathy vote. I think it's ridiculous. I thought, I knew Adam would win just by reading his biography. I thought there could never in the history of Survivor has there been a more deserving winner in my book. I definitely think that if I was on a jury, that is the type of person I'd pick, who Adam is. And I just love everything that he's about, and I am so glad he won. I literally cried tears of joy when he won. One of my favorite moments is from Survivor Kail Wrong when Ty decided not to play the idol for Scott, and we saw a lot Ty. We know, but yeah, what I mean about Ty is that he's such a sweet guy, and he wanted to be in this alliance with Jason and Scott, but we saw that they're basically just using him for his idol because, now I don't remember which one of them said it, but Scott or Jason said that we'll just use his idol this vote and we'll vote him out. We'll vote Ty out the next. So they were just using him for his idol. So then when Ty decided not to play his idol for Scott, I thought, wow, like they really got what was coming to them. It was just, wow. It was an epic blindside, in my opinion. Again, not one of my favorite moments. One of my favorite people is Aubrey Baracco. I definitely think she deserved to win. A lot of people, including myself, think that she was the one that should have won, but they had a bitter jury and everything, and but Aubrey was another underdog like Cochran, and Aubrey is like an inspiration for me that, you know, she had an anxiety attack right out there on the island the first day, and I had suffered from anxiety too, and it was inspiring. Like, wow, she can go through that, I mean, and make it to the top. I could do that too. I mean, she was runner-up, but still, to get that far, I mean, that's pretty good. So I definitely think that Aubrey's a hero, an inspiration to many. One of my other favorites is from Survivor Second Chance when Kelly and Jeremy both played their idols, and there for the first time in Survivor history there was no votes, so they had to they forced well they didn't go to rocks, but they had to discuss who they would they had to come to a unanimous decision, and it was between Kimmy or Keith, and Keith would have went home by default. I thought, wow, what an epic moment. That was just amazing. There are a lot of other great moments out there. I'm sure there's probably a lot that I missed, but those are some of my favorite moments from Survivor. Feel free to comment down below on which Survivor moments are your favorite. And I hope you guys all tune in next week to the premiere of Survivor Game Changers. It is on Wednesday, 8 p.m. on CBS. Until next time, stay regal.